Warm greetings from the High 10. It is Everyday Shenanigans on this Monday, March 9th, 2020. I would like to bring you information pertaining to Megan Boswell and Evelyn Mae Boswell. As most of you know, remains were discovered on a Boswell property on Friday night. They are believed to be those of Evelyn Mae Boswell. Megan Boswell appeared in court today, and I'm going to give you the said information brought to you by WATE. If you need verification for the story, log on to their site, and they have a YouTube video of this court hearing. Megan Boswell appeared in court today. She stumbled walking down the few little steps that they did have. She sat down. She was asked questions pertaining to her assets and what did she own, didn't own. It was mentioned that she had a car valuing $10,000, $7,000 old. She clarified to the judge that she no longer has that car, and she made another statement that I couldn't understand what she was saying. She was asked to sign a piece of paper stating she didn't have any income or assets. She filled out that sheet of paper. No indictment has been brought forth pertaining to any other charges. She has been held on contempt from juvenile court. TBI agent Fraley testified in this hearing, and he basically says that the child was last seen December 26th, and that Megan Boswell was the sole custodian of the child. She has been charged with one count of false statements, giving false statements. He basically let it be known that she was charged with this because of all the effort put forth by different agencies, TBI, Sullivan County, U.S. Marshal Service, and time was lost because of her false statements pertaining to the missing child. On March 6th last week, a search was done of her brother's said property. A baby was found. The state asked Fraley to describe what he saw, and he basically said that what he saw of the remains resembled the child in the TBI Amber Alert reports. The diapers and toys were also found with the decedent, and that during the interview with Megan Boswell, the same clothes that she described the child having worn, they were also in that with the child. Naturally, he did not verify where the child was found, inside, outside the home. He was also asked by the state if she has a job or a home, and Fraley answered no, she does not. He was also asked by the state when did she last go out of town or different places she had been the past couple months, and he said in the fall of 2019 she went to Texas. She's been to Knoxville, Gatlinburg, Sevier County, and these were contacts of places she had been. Okay. Her lawyer basically was saying, hey, she has no priors. Most of her contacts are here in Sullivan County. But we all know that doesn't really mean anything. Anyway, the state also jumped up to say that, hey, did she go out of town during the investigation? And Fraley mentioned that, yes, she had been to Bristol, Virginia when this Amber Alert was issued, and the search was on for the missing child. For a couple of minutes, the state and the defense went to the desk of the judge, and they met for a while and talked. When they convened, the judge mentions that the fact that she had been out of town to Texas, the fact of her giving false statements in regard to the investigation, negative comments were made, the nature of the offense, and he wasn't really concerned about her going to Knoxville and Sevier County, but the fact that she had traveled to Texas was a concern of his, that he increased her bond to $150,000. The case has moved forward to May 8th with the charge of false reporting. Now, my commentary. The fact that she has no priors, that, her attorney was throwing that out there. Nobody cares about that because it doesn't mean anything. People commit crimes all the time because they haven't been caught. It doesn't mean anything. She's a chameleon. You understand? Sitting in court, smiling and acting all, yes, Your Honor, thank you, Your Honor. After he asked her all these questions about her income and this and that, just a chameleon, and she was putting on. It was a grand performance, let me tell you. The fact that she doesn't have anywhere to live. So this is what I'm curious to know. How long has that been going on? No job, no car, nowhere to live. Lived at a brother's trailer, lived at her father's house at one time. Conflicting reports, different articles. Where does she live? Is this the reason why she killed her child? Got rid of her child because she didn't have anywhere to stay. She fell out with these people. They didn't want her living in their homes. Now she's faced with no job, no car, a baby to take care of. What? Hunter Wood, when did he come into the picture? Did she get rid of the child before Hunter Wood, before meeting him, or after? Then something jumped off with her living arrangement. She realized, hey, forget this. The fact that she posted things on her Instagram pertaining to Hunter Wood's house. She was getting a house. They were getting a house. As I told many of you, if he didn't want that post up, if it was untrue, he would have gladly told her, take that down. Don't be putting stuff out there that isn't true. This is why I tell you all, I believe in stuff on Facebook. But you never know. But I think if he didn't want it up, he would have told her, take it down. So what happened with those two getting a house, moving in together, yah. Naturally, she told that same guy, allegedly, her child was in Louisiana with the father. But she was not. No comments from Angela and William. Why is that? They couldn't wait to get back to Tennessee to get this matter resolved pertaining to the missing child that is now deemed deceased, but no comment from them. The news goes to William's location, which was Angela Boswell's home, address, apartment, I don't know. He shuts the door, comes back out, and tells them to get by the way of the driveway. Okay? Smart ass he was. Interesting. The fact that the father and son were raising hell with the authorities about searching their properties last week. And then, days later, the child is found on Friday. Yeah, we know why you didn't want them snooping around. What's their stake in the game? Are they involved? Do they know? Because the fact that they didn't want authorities searching, and then the baby's found days later on the said property, or one of the properties, leads us to think they knew something. And was she found inside or outside? Because that's going to make a big difference in the case as well. Because if she was found inside, then that means, how did you not smell the stench of a decaying corpse? The fact that some of you think Angela placed the body there, I don't know why you think that, but anyway, you're entitled to your opinion. Once again, you're going to have to show how she got there, where she put the body, because they didn't state where the body was found. So you see, before you make accusations, you need to first get the information to even know where the child was found, inside or outside. If she had any involvement with the father recently to dispose of a child on the said property or inside the property. Will there be more charges by May 8th? I say there probably will be, considering a child has been discovered on the said property of the Boswell. The fact that the sheriff had made a comment last week that if she was found, she would go to the state's care. Some of you are bickering back and forth about that. What is it that you don't understand about the comment that he made? It's obvious Evelyn Mae Boswell didn't have any family, anyone to root for her, rally for her. If so, she'd be alive today. So what's the problem? Saying that she could go to the father, this and that. Come on now. Don't you think by now he would have made provisions for somebody to get his kid? If he couldn't take the kid because he's in the military, he would have talked to his mother or somebody related to them to say, hey, can you get my child temporarily until I can get myself situated, get up there to assess the situation? We have yet to hear anything from him as well as the grandmother, Miss Angela Boswell and William McLeod. Nothing from his side of the family, his mother. But yet you all want to say he could take the child, he could do this, he could do that. And this is the same person who didn't even have a picture of the baby on his Facebook account page from the time the girl got pregnant with the baby to after she was born up until, February 18th. The fact that no one has spoke up on his behalf from the military. Somebody say something. Jump in, we're drowning. Okay. The state has been doing their job. The authorities, Sullivan County, TBI, The fact that they know the case, they know these people, they've been talking to them. They probably talked to strangers, other people, neighbors, school officials, on and on. And as I state, They know that the baby didn't have anybody, and they knew that if she was found alive, like I said, she would go into the state's care. Haven't you all figured that out? Baby Evelyn had nobody. She had no one. So please stop bickering in the comment section about where the baby would go, this and that, who could do this and that. Because now she's deceased. So she won't be going anywhere. Okay? She won't be going to anyone's care. And that's the point of the story. She obviously didn't have anybody. She had a mother and alleged relatives, but she didn't have what she needed, because if she did, she'd still be alive. And no one thought of her. And that's why she ended up in the shape that she ended up in. A terrible place to end up. And I can only imagine what the autopsy is going to say. I'm fearful to even hear how she died. And due to the fact that it took months for them to even say anything, this grandfather, who knows, like I said, if you'll even get a manner of death because of how long she's been missing. If the coroner will even be able to give a manner of death. Tragic tale to another child lost. To a mother who had no job, no money, no home, no car. It just seems like one thing after the other went downhill for this young lady. And what the hell happened, considering she has family? The father has a business. The brother's in with the business. Why isn't there anyone who could have helped her pay a car note with this child? Don't you find that odd? She has family, but nowhere to live, no car, no assistance from the government, not even public housing, voucher program, anything. She couldn't go apply for some type of housing or help up in those parts. I find that hard to believe. I think homegirl wanted a way out. And I think her phone records and all that's going to come into play here in the next couple months. And we will probably hear and see another side of Megan Boswell that we already know exists. She's a chameleon, a sociopath, a grand manipulator, actress. She is a fraud. Who all will be involved in this case as far as murder before and after the fact, hiding and aiding the body and everything else. These people are involved some way or another. And as I state, when we find out exactly where she was found, inside or out, it still doesn't look good either way. Like, share, subscribe, drop your comments below. Thanks for joining me. And until the next update, this is Everyday Shenanigans. Bye-bye.